Coming up on Live at 6, the holy month of Ramadan is underway. See how Muslims on campus are observing the holiday and how SU is making it easier to celebrate.
And a former chair of the Republican National Committee visited campus yesterday. Hear more on his connection to faith and political service throughout his career.
And the city of Syracuse plans to redesign the space in front of City Hall. What transforming the empty lot would add to the community. CitrusTV News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Muslims on campus and around the world continue observing the holy month of Ramadan. Good evening, everyone. I'm Nicole Aponte.
And I'm Chilekasi, Adele. In addition to Ramadan, the religious holidays of Easter and Passover are also set to take place this month. Citrus TV reporter Katie Fongvongsa is here in studio to tell us how SU Food Services is accommodating towards dietary restrictions. Katie.
Thank you, Chilekasi. The observation of Ramadan continues throughout this month and the beginning of May here at SU. Ernie Davis is currently the only dining hall serving additional Ramadan deals on campus. We spoke to Keone Weigel, who is a marketing and promotions manager of food services, about what students can expect and where to go.
Ernie is reserving their private dining room for this specifically. So students can eat anything in the dining center, and there will be at least one halal meat available.
Weigel also mentioned another option that is available for students that has longer hours during the weekdays and weekends.
We also have in the Shine Dining, Halal Shack will be open. It will be open Monday through Thursday till 10 p.m. and Friday and Saturday till 1 a.m.
Students may use their meal swipes, guest meals, dining dollars, or credit to purchase. Snacks, drinks, and sandwiches will be provided in a to-go style at Ernie Davis Dining Hall. Coming up, Passover will be available in the same fashion, and meal plan patrons may eat at the Winnick Hillel Center on Walnut Avenue. Passover lunch hours are from 11:30 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, and dinner hours are from 5 to 7 at night. Back to you guys.
Katie, thank you. The Syracuse University Art Museum is hosting the exhibit SETI Retcon, a collection of student art pieces from fine arts thesis candidate students. 10 visual and performing arts students are presenting art in multiple medias and reframing traditional art making. The presentation is open and will close May 15th with a reception this Thursday.
Syracuse Stage has announced a wide range of musicals, dramas, comedies, and more for the 2022 to 2023 season. The season will begin September 21st and will end June 25th, 2023. Guests can contact Syracuse Stage to purchase subscription packages.
And the former chair of the Republican National Committee spoke on the SU Hill last night. Citrus TV reporter Ronnie Parrillo was there and has more on Michael Steele's message of combining faith and politics.
Combining public service and faith. That's what former Republican National Committee Chairman and Lieutenant Governor of Maryland Michael Steele spoke about on Monday night. Steele was this year's speaker for the annual Borgnoni Lecture, which seeks to promote the study of Catholic theology on campus. Steele drove home the point that his religion and political actions go hand in hand.
Please give unto God, in all things I do, what belongs to God. What I do as a politician is inherently linked to what I believe as a Catholic, and both of them shape my identity as an American.
He also took time to reflect on living his faith through policy making and inclusion during his time as Maryland's Lieutenant Governor.
And there are a lot of Democrats who are going to come to me asking for help, and there are a lot of independents who are going to ask me for help. There are going to be a lot of white folks asking me for help. There are going to be a lot of people asking me for help. And I can't get stuck on stupid.
Margaret Susan Thompson is in the religion department at Syracuse University and sits on the panel that selects lecturers each year.
Steele spoke very personally, but I think also very compellingly to people who are not necessarily Catholic, certainly not necessarily Republican, about the intersections of faith and public service.
So what is Steele's message for Syracuse students and young people of faith?
Understand where you are and know this about yourself. If you are not firm in who you are, if you're not firm in what you believe, if you do not really know what you value, then you need to sit down until you're ready. All right? Just don't go popping up thinking, oh, I'm going to. No, sit down. Absolutely. You're not ready.
You can rewatch Steele's lecture on the Hendricks Chapel website. I'm Ronnie Parrillo, Citrus TV News.
Thank you, Ronnie. The Syracuse University ROTC cadets will host a 5K run, walk, and roll for Sexual Assault Awareness Month on Thursday, April 7th. The 5K is open to all students, faculty, and staff who pre-register online. The run begins at 6:30 in the morning, and the first 50 people to arrive at the Shine Student Center will receive free t-shirts. The run is a U.S. Army SHARP event, which is a program aiming to end sexual assault and teach about assault response.
And other events taking place on campus for Sexual Assault Awareness Month includes Teal Tuesday. Today, the Barnes Center at the Arch encouraged students to wear teal in solidarity with individuals impacted by sexual violence. The Dome, Hendricks Chapel, and the Hall of Languages will also be lit teal for the month of April. In addition, a display of shirts made by the Clothesline Project will be set up in the Barnes lobby until April 10th. The shirts were made by individuals affected by sexual or relationship violence and allow them to tell their story.
New details tonight. A driver is in critical condition after his car slammed into the back of a North Syracuse Central School District bus Monday afternoon. The driver of a Lexus failed to stop when the bus was dropping off a student and had to be pulled out of the car while the bus was jacked up. During the crash, the bus was empty and the bus driver was not injured. Detectives are still investigating how quickly the driver was going.
And Social Security offices in Central New York will reopen this Thursday after being closed since March 2020. Offices in Syracuse, Geneva, and Oswego were closed starting on March 17, 2020, and have limited their service to phone or website since then. Officials say offices will begin providing in-person services on Thursday, including walk-ins.
The asphalt in front of Syracuse City Hall is getting a makeover. With more details on what the pavement will look like is Citrus TV's Tyler O'Neill. He joins us live now. Tyler.
Adapt CNY and the city of Syracuse are looking to transform the asphalt right in front of City Hall. As you can see right behind me where those two cars are parked, they're looking to transform that asphalt into a mural. It'll become a plaza where the community can meet for events and things like that. Now you can see these two cars behind me. Mayor Ben Walsh parks here along with other colleagues. They said they're willing to relocate their parking to make better use of this space. Eric Ennis, the president of Adapt CNY, says this will make a much better use of this space, and he said that the parking lot will have cultural and historical impacts from Syracuse's history within the mural. Here's what he said.
We absolutely want to make sure that there's a colorful art installation, and so that is certainly going to add more to vibrancy in this particular section in front of City Hall. We wanted to embody and be emblematic of Syracuse.
Artists will have until May 6th to submit their designs, and the mural will be put in place by the end of this year. Reporting live from City Hall, I'm Tyler O'Neill for Citrus TV News.
Tyler O'Neill, thank you. Now, it may be the first week of April, but it hasn't stopped the weather from constantly changing. Citrus TV's Christian de Guzman is here in studio to explain what effects that weather has. Christian.
Nicole, good evening. Who can forget when we had weather just like this past week in February, with snow one day to sunny, warm skies only a couple of days later? Well, this is called fall spring, and it's forcing the central New York community to react.
And what I'm looking for right now is how far am I going down into the surface, because I don't want to. No, we're good.
Tom Pryor co-owns the Osceola Tug Hill Cross Country Ski Center. It's only his second year, but he's already run into a challenge he never thought he'd have to deal with.
I never realized the biggest obstacle in this business would be the environment and snow. When I thought snow was it was always going to be here.
And that's because a sudden change in temperature during the winter months, known as fall spring, is becoming more frequent in central New York. The wavy jet stream is causing random pops of spring temps in winter. That means the trails that Pryor operates aren't always in mint condition.
You shouldn't see it dripping. That's something you don't want to see. When you're out on a trail and the bowels of you can see the water coming down, you don't want to be on it because it's too wet.
And because of those trail conditions, people aren't coming to Osceola. Pryor saw a $12,000 decrease in ski pass sales from 2020 to 2021. And when people aren't skiing at Tug Hill, the effect is felt around the community.
Those people will do business locally. They buy their gas here, okay? They buy food, okay, and they're not coming, you know, or they're in a hurry to get out of here.
And it's not just Central New York businesses that are hammered by the weather. Normal plant life is affected as well. Nurseries such as the one at Chuck Hafner's Farmers Market keep their plants in greenhouses during the winter for quite some time, and for good reason.
Plants can handle really cold, deep temperatures within their hardiness zone. When you have a plant that's dealing with warmed up and then really cold, warmed up and then really cold, that's what kills plants.
Marie Peterson has been here for 33 years, and she's seen the rubber band effect of fall spring firsthand.
The first time was on azaleas on Mother's Day. We were giving everybody frozen azaleas for free. Here, they'll be fine, they're just ugly.
But the bigger problem remains, bigger swings, more often. And all Central New York can do is react to the weather.
Mother Nature's in charge. I mean, and it's okay. You know, that's part of the business.
And if you think this winter was just a freak occurrence, think again. Over the past 3 decades, the average first 60-degree day of the year, mid-February, a growing sign of the times and climate that is more frequent in Central New York. Nicole, Chilekasi, back to you.
Christian, thank you. Seeing all that snow makes me really upset that we're in April and we're still seeing this.
Hey, we have a pretty nice day today, it seems.
True.
Let's hope that weather pattern doesn't get hacked by some rain soon. Jesse, what do you got for us?
Well, Chile, you said hopefully it doesn't get hacked. I'd pay more attention to your Instagram if I were you. But the weather around Syracuse is staying pretty temperate. It's going to be 58 degrees right now, and as we get further across the state of New York, it's going to stay relatively the same. And even into tonight, it's going to stay relatively warm. I know I'm saying stay a lot, but that's not the tune of weather this week, because really, it's going to get a little wonky as we go out later in the week. You'll hear more about that later in the broadcast.
Jesse, thank you. Coming up, is he in or is he out? Find out Tiger Woods' status on this year's Masters.
And Ukraine's president addresses the United Nations Security Council. What he said in his message today when Citrus TV News continues tonight.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Now back to Citrus TV News Live at 6 with Chilekasi Adele, Nicole Aponte, Jesse Cook, Tyler O'Neill, and Katie Fongvongsa. Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Breaking into our newsroom now, a third person has been arrested in connection with the Sacramento shooting that killed 6 people on Sunday. The third suspect, Davy Yon Dawson, was taken into custody late this afternoon. Smiley Martin, the brother of first suspect Dondre Martin, was the second suspect that will be sent to jail when his condition improves.
Smiley Martin was hit by a currently unknown number of the 100 bullets fired during the shooting. The charges brought against Smiley Martin include possession of a firearm by a prohibited person and possession of a machine gun.
And the Oklahoma State House has passed a bill criminalizing the performing of an abortion. The GOP-controlled governing body voted 70-14 to advance the bill.
The measure makes performing an abortion a felony, which could be punishable by up to a decade in prison. A $100,000 fine could also be imposed for those who perform abortions. The bill now goes to the desk of Republican Governor Kevin Stitt. Stitt is expected to sign the bill into law.
And Tiger Woods says he plans to play in the Masters tournament set to begin Thursday. The star golfer says he will play 9 practice holes tomorrow before making a final decision.
In a press conference earlier, Woods said he believes he can win this weekend's tournament. If he ends up playing in Augusta, it will be Woods' first tournament since almost losing his leg in a car accident last year.
And Elon Musk is joining Twitter's board of directors a day after purchasing a 9% stake in the company. That stake makes Musk the largest shareholder of the social media platform. Musk has previously criticized Twitter for its commitment to free speech.
Musk has also gotten into trouble with the platform in the past when financial regulators found he posted inaccurate information about his company Tesla. Musk cannot own more than 14.9% stake in the company while on the board.
And Ukraine's president is accusing the Russian military of war crimes. Vladimir Zelensky made the allegations via a video call to the United Nations Security Council today. He says Russian troops and their commanders should be tried.
Anyone who has given criminal orders and carried out them by killing our people will be brought before the tribunal, which should be similar to the Nuremberg tribunal.
Zelensky says Ukrainian civilians have been tortured, blown up with grenades, and crushed with tanks in their cars, likening the alleged actions to those of ISIS.
And when we come back after the break, I'll have more on your 5-day forecast.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How is it? Is it good?
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back into the CitrusTV newsroom. Let's take a look at the weather going into tonight and to tomorrow morning. So fairly warm for Syracuse, that is at least. But as we get into the morning, it'll dip down to 43 degrees. Now, if you're like me, you want to look like an outdoorsman while possessing zero survival skills, that's the perfect time for the flannel. I'll be breaking that out in the morning. But it'll raise back up again into the afternoon by the time we host Wednesday live at 6. But of course, it won't be so pretty because it's going to start to rain going into Wednesday night and Thursday morning. And if that wasn't wild enough, we'll have snow by the end of the week. Believe it or not, Syracuse, very snowy place. I know, it's a big shocker to just about everyone in the city. So let's just take one last look into tonight. As you see, 40 degrees, 50 degrees, nothing you're not used to. That's all I've got, but I hear there's baseball season back in town. Green grass, blue skies, well maybe not blue skies, but the Syracuse Mets are back, and I want to hear more from James Catato.
Jesse, you're right. The Syracuse Mets are back in town. We'll tell you who they're playing and why for some in the organization it is so good to be back home. That and more after the break. Stay tuned.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Here's to the straggly ones, the first ones. Hey, I look good with this ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The itchy ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the absolutely filthy ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
That smell of freshly cut grass, the white painted baselines, and hey, no snow. At least not right now. It is Syracuse after all. But it's opening day, baby. Hi, everyone. I'm James Catato live from MBT Bank Stadium, where the Syracuse Mets are back in town opening up their season against the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. 6:25 p.m. is first pitch. Now, for fans, they're back full capacity, and that's something that Syracuse Mets fans are looking forward to, especially the front office. But now we're going to have a full baseball season, presumably so, for the Mets. Now, for the past two seasons, it has been a little bit weird. In 2020, we knew that the season was canceled, and in 2021, yeah, they had a late start date in May. But again, those fans back at full capacity, that's something that the Director of Broadcast and Media Relations is excited to see out of his booth.
We're just really excited that we'll be able to have more of a normal season to start with. You know, last season, opening day, we were restricted to just more than 2,100 fans. So, to be going into opening day or opening night, I suppose, this season, knowing that we could be at full capacity, we're going to have a lot of groups there, and we've already heard the excitement from our fans.
It's definitely going to be a fun time. Tricarico says there's even going to be a fireworks ceremony. Okay, so let's break down the matchup tonight between the Mets and the Rail Riders. So Syracuse had a rough go last season, finishing with a 50-75 record. They were second to last in the Northeast Division, only above Rochester by a game and a half. And as for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, they were pretty strong last season. They finished second in the division with a 75-52 record, and now they got a lot of good prospects. The Yankees farm team roll into tonight with their number 2 prospect, shortstop Oswald Peraza, as well as frequent Major League call-ups Miguel Andujar, Esteban Florial, and former Auburn High School grad Tim LaCastro. First pitch is at 6:25. For some Cuse hoops, sure. The Orange didn't book their ticket to New Orleans for this season's Final Four, but in 2023, yeah, they're packing their bags for a place that's much warmer. Today, Syracuse was announced as one of 8 teams that'll head to the 40th annual Maui Jim Maui Invitational, and the field is pretty competitive. Newly crowned national champion Kansas, then Gonzaga, Purdue, UCLA, Tennessee, Marquette, and Chaminade. That is a gauntlet. They round out the rest of the field. But if history is on the Orange's side, well, then they shouldn't even lose a game. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but The Orange haven't lost in the Maui Invitational. You see it right here on the graphic. It's basically been a second home for Jim Boeheim and company. In the 3 times they played in the tournament, they are 9-0. Never lost, as LeVar Ball would say. They're also one of 4 teams to win it 3 or more times. Kansas is on that list too. The tournament is planned to kick off November 22nd, 2023. But that's a long ways away, and until then, there's a lot of Syracuse basketball action happening right here in Syracuse, New York. So let's take a look at some of the moves that have happened, because there's a lot of shakeups. Some are leaving. A great class is coming in, freshman class. So let's take a look at it. What you see on your screen is basically going to be the core of this new roster. You obviously have all the familiar faces like Joe Girard, Symir Torrance, Jesse Edwards, and as of right now at least, Benny Williams. But there are also 6 incoming freshmen that could all get minutes. Remember, Coach Boeheim did say that in his opinion, this is his best ever recruiting class. Newly committed 4-star guard Judah Mintz, as well as Kadir Copeland, Chris Bunch, Justin Taylor, Malik Brown, and Peter Carey. So this incoming class looks great, right? Yeah, but it kind of had to be. Cole Swider getting an agent and declaring for the NBA draft has been the exclamation point on Syracuse losing a lot. Both the Boeheims are gone, Barama Sidibe is leaving, and now Frank Anselm is in the transfer portal. Regardless, it has been a heck of a way to rebound, especially after what's been lost through Syracuse, and fans should be looking forward to the fact that they have the 13th best recruiting class in the nation coming to campus this fall. Reporting in front of MBT Bank Stadium, I'm James Catato, Citrus TV.
James, thank you. After the break, Jesse Cook has one last look at your weather. Stay with us.
Welcome back into the Citrus TV newsroom. You know, earlier Chilekasi talked about his Instagram getting hacked, and Christian de Guzman talked about fall spring. Well, someone hacked the Syracuse weather formula, because fall spring is full in effect. April, and it's 45 degrees by the time you wake up. Doesn't change the fact that it still looks gorgeous outside. So, Chile, Nicole, I'm thinking it's a pretty nice day out. I'm a fan. I'm a fan at this point.
That quad looks great. Oh my gosh. The cloud. The sun, oh, wonderful. But the University Union announced it will reveal its block party lineup this Friday at 2 p.m. in the Shine Atrium.
Block party is set for April 29th, and previous headliners have included Travis Scott, Khalid, and SZA, if I can read today.
Yeah, no, me too. You know who I want to see? I want to see Harry Styles. That's what I want to see. What about you guys?
Look, I heard Khalid. Nicole, can't we just talk?
Can't we just talk? It's so true. Well, that's Citrus TV News for this Tuesday.
For all of the latest, follow us on Twitter at Citrus TV News and visit our website at citrustv.com.
Now for James Catato, Jesse Cook, and the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Nicole Aponte.
And I'm Chilekasi Adele. Good night.